And welcome to Freak Out to Chill Out again this evening. It's quite an exciting day for me because over the weekend I created a YouTube channel, and during the day, during the last 24 hours, I've uploaded all of the Freak Out to Chill Out videos, and that's amounted to 40. And wow, I just find that such an amazing thing that we've been together for 40 meditations um, since we started. So tonight's going to be 41, and it will be up in the morning. So if you want to revisit any of your favorite meditations from the last just over a month, um, you can Google the YouTube channel Splendor Yoga, and they'll all be there. And so you can just choose and listen as many times as you would like. And it's also available to subscribe, and then you get notified when new videos come up and so on. So this evening is about the pearl in the oyster. And from a young age, I was fascinated by the idea that pearls, which I think are incredibly beautiful, are made from the antagonism of the flesh inside the oyster shell. So out of discomfort and displeasure arises something that's very beautiful and very precious. And it's particularly relevant for me because I grew up in Sydney on the harbour, and my father used to take me walking around the rocks, and the risk then was certainly not finding a pearl. The risk then was getting your feet and hands lacerated by the sharp edges of oysters. And my first eating experience was not at all pleasant. It was like having mucus slide down the back of my throat. So this evening we're not going to find mucus. We're not going to lacerate our hands and our feet. We are going to find the pearls in our current situation. And I invite you to find that not only in your own life, but we're going to go in concentric circles further and further out. And examples might be in Milan, which is one of the worst hit cities in Europe, and if not the worst. And they have decided that as a result of the pollution reduction during the lockdown, when Milan reopens, they're not going to allow cars into the city. So it will be an even more beautiful city than it was before coronavirus. And the world will be an easier place, and they're going to encourage walking and cycling. In Venice, the pollution has reduced so much in the waterways that the water has become much more transparent, which is so beautiful. In India, the pollution has reduced. And there are many more similar stories. So at the end of the meditation, I'm going to ask you to reimagine your life, the life of the city that you're in, and further out. What could it be? What could be the pearl in this current oyster? So before we begin the meditation, I invite you to get comfortable. And again, this is your process. This is your practice. So it is therefore your comfort that needs to be considered. As these are recorded and you can come back over and over again as many times as you like, you don't need to think about whether you fall asleep. Because if you do fall asleep, that might be exactly what you need. So support all of your joints so that there's no tension on particularly hips and or shoulders. and the back of your neck. So allow the muscles to relax and then find out where you need support. And also ensuring, and this will become more crucial as we move into the winter months, that you're warm. And the other aspect about falling asleep is that yoga nidra, which is what these practices are traditionally called, is yogic sleep. The idea being that the meaning and the words move past whether you're asleep or not and into your unconscious mind. So you can relax. So I'll leave you with a few minutes to be really comfortable. And now we'll move into the practice. And when we observe the body and when we move through the body, my invitation to you is to observe the state of that body part, so that when you're reimagining your physical body, you might like to imagine it slightly differently, or you might like to imagine it just as it is. So it's quite important to observe and welcome, perhaps. And likewise, as we move through your breath and your emotions and your thoughts. And then as we move further abroad into the communities that are around you. So let's begin with your breath and the gorgeous softening of breath, knowing that there is no right rhythm, there simply is what is. In a yogic world, we associate a longer out-breath with a more relaxed nervous system. Allow yourself to move into that if that feels comfortable for you. That it's more like a soft sigh of the breath out of your body. And now let your attention move into your toes on both feet. Observing both feet and ankles. Let yourself become aware of every joint in both feet. Observing your lower legs, the shins and the calves, your Achilles. Observe your knees. Your thighs. Your hips and your buttocks. Your pelvic floor. Both whole legs and pelvic floor. Awareness in your abdominal wall. Your whole abdomen. your sacrum, your lower back, the middle part of your back, and your upper back. Noticing your chest, your ribs, both front and back, your heart and lungs, your thymus gland that sits just above your heart, the muscles between your shoulder blades, all 8 fingers and 2 thumbs, both hands and wrists, forearms and elbows, upper arms and shoulders, neck and throat, thyroid gland, vocal cords, the base of your skull, brainstem, up a little higher into your cerebellum, whole face, eyes, whole brain, scalp, whole head, whole right side of your body, front and back, whole left side of your body, front and back, whole outside of your body, whole inside of your body. Becoming aware of your whole body, observing your physical body outside and inside. As you now notice the breath as it flows in through your nostrils, through your sinuses, the back of your throat, inside your chest, your belly. Awareness of the breath in your whole body, as if your whole body is being breathed for you. And now gently and lightly observing your emotions without engaging in them, without judging them as good or bad. As best you can, noticing your emotions. And if at any point becomes too difficult, just come back to your body, come back to your breath, and let the emotions be what they are. Welcoming each one as an old friend. And now your thoughts, noticing the thoughts that may or may not come racing through your mind as soon as you try and be still. And there's no need to shut them off. Simply welcome them as well as old friends so that you can observe your thoughts. Once again, if anything becomes too troublesome, take your attention back into your body or back into your breath. Suspending judgment and welcoming thought. And now allow your attention to get a little wider. As you become aware of your connection with the world around you. Initially with your immediate family, your friends, your broader community, perhaps the people in the apartment complex or the neighborhood that you live in. A little bit broader still, perhaps the suburb or groups that you're involved with. Without judgment, observing your city. As best you can, suspending judgment and observing your state. Your country or island. Your continent. Your whole world. And as you have observed the concentric circles of your life, I invite you to find the pearl in each one. And if each one is perhaps a little tricky, then rest with one or two, emerging possibilities. And I invite you to polish those possibilities, to polish them in your heart until they glisten and shine. Welcome them into your heart. And as you do so, you may notice that everything lightens a little. And I'll leave you for a few moments in silence and in stillness to nurture those pearls. And now as you become aware of my voice again, I invite you to nurture those pearls. Over the coming days and weeks, nurture the emerging possibilities. And when you start to feel anxious about the things that are changing, I invite you to focus instead of focusing on what you're losing, to focus on the possibilities. The possibilities for you, the people around you, and broader and broader and broader to include the whole world. Om Bhuva Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Deo Hyo Na Prachodaya. Om Bhurbhuvah Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Deo Hyo Na Prachodaya. Om Bhurbhuvah Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Deo Hyo Na Prachodaya. Knowing yourself to be full of light, perhaps even full of pearls. Allow your breath to deepen as you become aware of the clothes on your skin moving against the fabric as you breathe and as you stretch. I invite your body to move in whatever way makes it feel comfortable. If you're lying down, you may like to roll over onto your right side. Draw your knees towards your chest. You may like to just simply stay where you are and take a few deep, long breaths. Grateful that you've given yourself this time to reimagine your life. And if you choose to come to sitting, if you're lying down or if you're already sitting, rub your palms together. And if you're comfortable, placing the palms over your eyes and allowing your eyes to open and absorb that warmth, opening into the darkness, allowing your eyeballs to be soothed, massaging through your scalp, drawing the hair away from your scalp, around the edges of your ears, inside your ears, the hinges of your jaw and along your jaw. around your mouth, outside of your nostrils, from the bridge of your nose, along your cheekbones, smoothing from your forehead, over your scalp, and off your shoulders 3 times. Bring your hands together. May all beings be at peace, and may we all live in the true peace of your own hearts. Thank you once again for joining me on Freak Out to Chill Out. I hope you found some pearls to nurture and shine and polish. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. And if you know anyone who would like to share this meditation, it will be available free on this page as well on YouTube. So thank you very much. Enjoy your evening, and I hope you sleep well. Thank you.